Hi there, I'm Susan BAIER, and this is Fun with Research. Thanks for joining me today. One of the questions that I get a lot is about response rates and the number of respondents. I think a lot of people have trouble projecting the number of respondents they might get, and everybody's worried that they won't have enough to make their surveys statistically reliable, etc. So I thought I'd talk a little bit today about how to project the number of responses you're going to get and be realistic about that. So a good number to start with is 5%. That's sort of rule of thumb for the percentage of a population that will participate in a survey, but it's affected by a lot of things, so that's why I say it's a good place to start. You should never assume higher than that unless you have a really good reason. So what's a really good reason? A really good reason is that you're sending the survey to a group of people who are members of your association or have signed up and are coaching clients or something like that. They have a hard commitment to you. And in that case, when you send a survey to your members, to your student population, etc., you're likely to get higher than that sort of baseline 5% response rate. The other thing you can think about is if you're sending to a population that you normally engage with, say your email newsletter list, and your open rate or your conversion rate are substantially higher than that 5%, then you probably have a pretty good reason to assume that you'll get a higher percentage of responses to your survey invitation, because they know you and they're already engaging with you on a regular basis. So there are some reasons that you could absolutely expect higher than 5%. There are also reasons why you could expect far less than 5% response rate. For example, if you're sending to a list who has no idea who you are, if you've purchased a list, or you're sending to a list that you've gathered in a way that isn't really related to your brand or related to your initiatives, then you're probably going to get lower than 5% because people just don't respond to stuff from somebody they don't know. If your email list is very old or outdated, if you rarely send to it, or if your response rate when you do send it is extremely low, then you're likely to get a very low response rate to your survey invitation. Similarly, if you are working with a partner and sending out an invitation on your behalf for your survey, then it's good to know what kind of community that partner has generated through their email and how responsive that group is. If it's very low, chances are responses aren't going to be that much better when they're asked to participate in a survey on your behalf. So lots of reasons to think that it could be substantially lower than 5%. And we've seen that in some studies just based on the health of the existing email list. Now, fear not if you don't get the responses you expect. There are some ways to address that, and I'll talk about that in next week's Fun with Research episode. Hope you join me. Thanks. Bye.